Iranian strike accuracy has been remarkable throughout this conflict. Precise hotel rooms in Bahrain where American officials were staying, specific buildings where Mossad personnel operated, the exact location of the Theta Ad radar system in Jordan. Targets that should have been protected by layers of operational security, classified location data, and intelligence compartmentalization, being hit with precision that suggests someone knows exactly where those assets are. China's satellite constellation, which has expanded dramatically in the last 5 years, now provides real-time imaging capability over the entire Middle East at a resolution and frequency that rivals American intelligence systems. The suggestion being discussed in serious analytical circles is that China's satellite data is providing Iran with targeting intelligence that Iran couldn't generate independently. It means America is fighting partially blind in addition to running out of interceptors and losing Gulf financial partnerships simultaneously. The military, financial, and intelligence pillars of American power in the region are being struck simultaneously. That is not an accident. That is a strategy, and it is working. Let's be honest about something. 5 days ago, when this latest escalation began, most people thought it would follow the pattern of every previous Middle East flare-up in living memory. Dramatic for a week, intense for 2. Then a ceasefire brokered through back channels, a statement from Washington claiming success, and a slow return to whatever passes for normal in the region. That is not what is happening. What is happening is the systematic dismantling of the architecture that has governed the Middle East for 40 years, not in a chaotic, uncontrolled collapse, but deliberately, methodically, layer by layer, at a pace that keeps the world slightly off balance and unable to mount a coherent response. Military layer, gone. America's missile defense credibility has been shattered publicly. The Theta Ad radar is destroyed. Cluster missiles have exposed the fundamental vulnerability in the defense intercept model. Interceptor stockpiles are depleting faster than they can be replaced. 25% of early warning capacity in the region is offline. Financial layer, fracturing. The Gulf investment commitments to America are under formal review. The petrodollar recycling system, the financial oxygen that keeps American deficits affordable, is showing its first serious cracks. The billion-dollar commitment pipeline that Trump announced is now in question. Billionaires are writing furious letters. Sovereign wealth managers are having conversations they never expected to have. Intelligence layer, compromised. Targets that should have been secret are being hit with precision. The suggestion of Chinese satellite support for Iranian targeting represents a potential neutralization of America's most durable advantage in the region. The Microsoft data center strike is Iran announcing that the next phase targets the economic and technological infrastructure of American power, not just the military infrastructure. 4 layers, all degrading simultaneously, after just 5 days. Now, here's the question that every government, every investor, and every ordinary person with money in the global financial system needs to sit with. What does America actually do from here? The options are genuinely constrained in ways they haven't been in any previous American military engagement. Escalating conventionally means more of what isn't working. More expensive interceptors chasing cheap drones, more bases getting hit, more Gulf relationships fracturing. The math gets worse every day, not better. Escalating to regime change in Iran, Trump's stated goal, requires ground forces in a country of 90 million people with deep military preparation, complex terrain, and decades of experience designing exactly the kind of asymmetric resistance that destroyed American campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan. China and Russia position themselves as the stability partners the region needs after America, signing the energy deals, making the investment commitments, offering the security arrangements that don't come with carrier groups and cluster bombs and Twitter announcements about who the next supreme leader will be. The world that's being built in the wreckage of this conflict doesn't have America at its center. That world was already being built slowly before this war. This war just put it on fast forward. Last night, hundreds of cluster submunitions rained down from a single missile over Israel. This morning, Gulf billionaires are withdrawing investment commitments from America. This afternoon, a Microsoft data center in the Gulf is offline. Tonight, somewhere in Tehran, planners are reviewing Phase 2 in Washington, in the building where the decisions that caused all of this were made. The people responsible are trying to figure out how to explain to the American public that the 4-week war they were promised is now a 7-month war, with no clear exit, no clear victory condition, and a financial cost that is going to land on every single person watching this video in ways that are already unavoidable.